So, what's going on, guys? It's Brian Pickles here, BP Fitness, and I am at your local Walmart Supercenter. And so this video is for anyone out there who's going to complain about the price of food, who says they can't afford a budget that makes it so they can eat healthy, because eating healthy is so expensive. I'm going to guarantee that I eat more food than 95% of you, if not 100% of you. And this video is going to show you how I'm getting my food on the budget I need for a week. So my goal is to make it out of here under $75. Bradley Martin did it at 100. I'm gonna see if I can get it in 75. I'm gonna show you how to eat healthy, the things you should be looking for, and ultimately make it so you can do this and afford it too. So here we go. So what's going on, guys? So we're going to start off with your veggies. So the biggest thing you want to remember is obviously you want to get an adequate amount, but I don't think you have to starve yourself. I don't think they have to be the staple of your diet. I think that you should have at least 1 to 2 servings a day. I like to do spinach in my egg whites in the morning. I like to add a little bit to my chicken and rice too. Green beans are easy to add on to anything, especially if you pan cook them. That's what I like to do. And then I have a head of broccoli. So this bag of spinach will last me about a whole week. Green beans will last me about a whole week, and the broccoli will last me, I'd say, 2 or 3 days, depending on how frequently I want to eat them. You can also add things like cucumbers, peppers. I like to add peppers also to my egg whites. I'm going to give you guys a couple other tips about what you can do there. But then the next thing is our carb sources. So we're going to start with our potatoes. So my personal preference for potatoes are red potatoes. I find that they're the easiest to cook. I like to bake them in the oven if I have the opportunity. It just takes a little more time. Or you can put them in the microwave too. It's a little more convenient. Then your second staple is going to be sweet potatoes. So it's the same idea here. You want to cook them in the microwave for convenience, or if you can put them in your oven, it's going to really make it a much more enjoyable preference. But the thing that I would stress is trying to make it so you have enough for the week. But a bag of sweet potatoes and a bag of red potatoes, both of them together, cost me around $6. Very, very inexpensive. You can get them in singles or in a full bag, but it's very convenient, very easy, and ultimately makes it so you can shop on a budget. Potatoes and carbs are really cheap. So now I'm gonna go and get frozen veggies. So one of the things that I was kind of skeptical about in shopping at Walmart, I know that I'm gonna get a troll. One person's gonna see this and they're gonna be like, well, I don't wanna shop at Walmart, their food's not that good. Realistically, the food quality here is the same standards as your Hannaford or your Market Basket, and it's gonna be less expensive typically. Now, here's the kicker that I wanna point out to anyone who does wanna troll me. At the end of the day, if you're complaining about price, or if you're price sensitive is a better way of putting it, because not everyone who's complaining is just complaining. But if you're a price sensitive shopper, you shouldn't be worried about whether you're shopping at Walmart. You should be worried about where you're getting your food. You should be trying to focus on getting healthy. You should be trying to make it so that your family can be healthy too. So I hope that that isn't a point of emphasis for anyone, but I think that when you look at your frozen veggies, put it back on that. The cost there is probably going to be more expensive, but it's a little bit more of a convenience thing. So I get 1 or 2 bags of those. I like to cook them in my egg whites, and then I'm at my favorite section. So you have, I like to add mustard. I have mustard at the house. I'm not going to buy it, but we'll say that we'll budget down. We'll add about $1. I usually don't go with ketchup just because it's high in sugar. So I would try to remove that or eliminate it from your diet. But the next part is probably the more pricey part, and that's our meat. So here we go. So obviously, guys, red meat is pretty expensive in comparison to a lot of the other forms of meat. For me, I've been trying to eat a lot more red meat in my off season. So this is where I spend a little bit more money, but it's okay because that's part of the big staple of a healthy diet. So red meat's not bad for you, but what you want to look at is the fat percentage. So if you're looking for any kind of steaks, any kind of beefs, top round, or obviously the leanest form of burger that they offer is your best bet. I see right here they have 96% lean. This is what I'm gonna get. So this is about $5.49 for about a pound. So I can get 2 pounds of those, roughly $11. Not too much of an expense today, but that's what you want to be looking for. They do have cheaper options with like a little more fat. So obviously, as you get leaner, the fat percentage goes down. I mean, the price goes up. Sorry. But the next thing I want to point out, so you have pork. That's usually pretty inexpensive. That's a good option for you guys. My staple, and I think the staple for most people, is going to be chicken breast. And I'm going to troll. I'm not going to point out any names because I don't need to troll anyone by name. But there was a troll on Lindsay's page not too long ago who was like, well, if you can get chicken for $1.99 a pound, that's BS. And all these people started agreeing with him. Well, to troll, I just want to let you know that I'm at Walmart and I'm getting my chicken breast for $1.99 a pound. Okay? So this chicken breast pack is going to last me about eating the 4,000 calories a day. It's going to last me about, we'll say, a conservative amount is probably 2 days. So I'll be a little more generous. Today I'll go with 2 packs. So this will cost me a little bit more. So we're getting about $22 worth of the chicken, but it's all worth it. So it's not a big deal. So my meat's all taken care of for the week. I'm all completely taken care of there. Don't have to worry about that. Now we're going to get some of my breakfast staples. So the next one is going to be oatmeal. Alright guys, so the staple that I usually go with is quick oats. So these are always hidden. You have to grab them because you usually just have the regular oats. But your quick oats, great value. I eat a lot of food. My budget's important to me. I want to make sure that I'm not wasting my money on food. So something like this is going to last me about 2 weeks. But we'll make sure that we grab one. It's about $3.50, so very easy for anyone to get. As far as making this taste good, because obviously you don't want to eat oatmeal by itself, unless you're weird. And if you are eating it by itself and you just took offense to that, I'm sorry. But I think that, you can add protein powder. That's what I usually go for breakfast in the morning. Very easy, very simple. Or cinnamon and stevia. Sometimes I'll put sugar-free maple syrup in there. And please don't troll me about sugar-free maple syrup or calorie-free things because I'm not going to listen to you. But so those are what I would usually add for my flavor, or even fruit, or some blueberries or something like. So the next staple, I'm not going to buy this because I know I have plenty at the house, is cooking spray. So this can of cooking spray is about $1.97. I cook all my food with spray. I don't use oils, and this is something I point out a lot, but people don't necessarily hear me that much because it's always a question. Now, there's nothing wrong with healthy fats. Olive oil is obviously not an intrinsic essential fat, but it's not bad for you. But it's got 14 grams of fat. Coconut oil, which has a lot of healthy fatty acids, has still 14 grams of fat. So what I want to point out to you is that you're getting a lot of fat in your diet if you're just eating coconut oil, or if you're adding those to it. So if you can eliminate them, or at least reduce them, I think that's a smart way to go about your diet. But my next thing is a personal favorite of mine. Actually, hold on. We'll go with this. Give me 1 second. So, before I get to my personal favorite products, this is an essential part of your diet, and this is probably where you're going to spend a good portion of your money, to be honest, but spices. So you want to make sure your food tastes the way you want. One of the things that my clients have had to get used to, and I've had to, over time you get better at things, but I've really harped on this on every single program I write, is making it so you enjoy the food you eat and making it so it tastes good. So they have all these different seasonings, different toppings. We're gonna estimate that we spend $10 on there today. I know I have plenty at the house, but we'll add an extra $10 to the budget for that. But those will last you a couple weeks. But I think it is important that you add something like a garlic powder, or a Mrs. Dash, or cinnamon, or something like that. Something you know you're gonna enjoy eating, so the food that you're putting in your body isn't just something that makes it so your diet sucks. Because when your diet sucks, you're not going to stick with it. I know that if I didn't like the food I was eating, I wouldn't stick with it. So I think that's an important point. But now I'm going to show you my favorite thing to get. You don't necessarily have to have it in your diet, but I choose to have it in there because it makes me happy. Alright guys, so one of the things that Lindsay says is my favorite thing that I always get is yogurt. So very simple. It's my sweet. But these are only 66 cents a pack, for lack of a better term. So I'm gonna get about 3 of these, 4 of these. But get the flavors you want. Obviously they have the Yoplait lights. That's the smarter way to go if you're on a diet. You gotta watch out for sugar and a lot of these things, but I think that something like this, anyone can control. If you're more interested in getting a little more protein, obviously Greek yogurt is a better route to go. But I think, you know, adding something like this makes it so your diet's a little more enjoyable and you can, you know, fit certain things in that you enjoy. And if you can do that, then it's gonna be a lot easier. Now the next thing that I think is essential for anyone's diet is eggs. Eggs are a very inexpensive way for you to get protein. I'm gonna go over 2 different options for you. So I eat, first off, I eat probably about 5 dozen eggs to 6 dozen eggs a week, if not more, depending on when I'm in contest prep. So I usually go with the cases, or at least the dozens. I don't go, even though I'm eating mostly egg whites, we'll see if I can get in the frame. Even though I'm eating mostly egg whites, I don't get the egg white packs because they're too expensive. And I think they're too expensive for anyone that's really eating egg whites on a daily basis. I'm gonna get 3 cases right now. But I'll show you those just in case, you know, you guys are on a little bit of a different plan. So they have these, for those of you who don't know. They have any of these egg white cartons. That makes it a little bit easier. I think for the price you're paying, this is about $5. I got 3 dozen eggs for about $5. So, you know, you pick your poison. That's gonna be about 3 days worth. This is gonna be about a week's worth. So, but we have one more thing to pick up and then we're out of here. So here we go. So the last piece of this plan in this video for you, you have to get hot sauce, Frank's Red Hot. If you're looking to save a couple bucks, you can get Louisiana hot sauce, great value, because you gotta put that stuff on everything. But I usually stay away from barbecue sauce. I have yet to find a good sugar-free barbecue sauce, so it's not worth the calories at this point. You know, you can put soy sauce. Please don't complain about sodium to me, I'm not asking you to. But soy sauce, we have some of these different teriyaki sauces. You know, some of these aren't terrible. This one only has 15 calories per serving, so obviously you want to use it in moderation and be careful. Just don't want to be overindulging in your sugar, but I think it works for most people. Minutia. But here's the last piece. So there's a few different carbohydrate sources that I eat on a daily basis. Potatoes, that's probably a big one. Oatmeal, it's essential. And then rice. So I always get the instant white rice or brown rice, depending on how I'm feeling. Usually white rice I go with just because it's a little bit easier on my calories for the day. It's got less fat, it's got a little less fiber, so I find it feels a little bit better on me. But that's really what I would go with. It's pretty easy to cook. Great thing about rice and potatoes and your carb sources in general, they're just so easy to cook that once you get a bunch of it and you cook it together, it's very simple. So we have everything we need, you know, for S's and G's. Why don't we add a little bit of original recipe salsa. You know, obviously there's some other staples that I think most people are going to want to have. Peanut butter, which is where we are right now. But I don't think that if you're on a diet right now, you should be eating peanut butter. Just too much fat. I think that it's really easy to overindulge in peanut butter. But we're going to check out and see where this all totals up. So check it out. I think we did pretty good. What are you thinking? Comment below. What do you think we're at? I think that we're at least under 75, but we have a little bit of meat here. But we'll say 75. We'll say 75. $64.69. Perfect. chicken. So guys, as you can see, all that food that we just got was $64.69. Now, if you're shopping for a family, that might change your budget a little bit, obviously, but at the same time, I feel like most people spend roughly $400 on food a month. I think that's an accurate measurement. And if you look at not eating food out, not going to restaurants, not stopping at the gas station, this becomes a lot easier. So that's my video for you today, guys. I hope this helped you out. Hope it showed you that you can shop on a budget and that there really aren't many excuses when it comes to this. It's all mindset. So if you can settle in, find prices, and just stick to the basics, you're gonna be able to afford your diet, you're gonna be able to afford the food you need to eat, and ultimately you're gonna get the success you want. So hope you like this video. Comment below, let me know what kind of things you want to see or what kind of questions you have, or if you want to call me out on it, by all means feel free to. But thanks for watching, and I hope this helped you out. Take care. Bye.